Hello, welcome to Burning Questions, July 11. Only a panel of three, but it hasn't been without our best efforts. Alan McDonough was committed. He was locked in. I've had him on the phone for about the last 20 minutes, has not been able to log on, but we've got a bit of information out of him. So hopefully we can help paint the picture for what might occur at Melton on Saturday night. Andy Gath is... Well, it's really his show. He's been on it more than I have, but he's been absent for some time. He's been holidaying. He's been doing all these other things. But it's great to have the GOAT back on the show. Andy, you must have been missing me in the last couple of months.
Yeah, no, definitely. Not to be able to see you and hear your voice every Thursday or Friday whenever we do it. I've been having withdrawal symptoms. It's good to be back on, and hopefully we can give some good information going forward.
No doubt you tuned in. You wouldn't have missed a second of these shows, Andy.
No, it's the first thing I ever watch.
Good man. Darren Carroll also joins us. Daz, great to have you on, and looking forward to your insights. But I reckon I can give you a little bit of information that might help find us a winner as well.
Always a pleasure to be involved, Tim, and looking forward to it.
Let's get stuck right into it. As I said, Alan McDonough was committed and just couldn't, for some reason, couldn't get it going. Andy even suggested maybe there's a kid or two out at the stables that could potentially help him. I don't think he... what was his reply to that, Andy? I don't think it was that kind.
No, we probably have to bleep it out, I reckon.
Yeah. Let's get stuck into it. Pride's Easy Feed stand as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Pride's and start getting the result you've been chasing. Harness racing's first lady has drawn down low, so should punters go the early crow? Race 1 on the card at Melton Saturday night, the Koala King Free For All. Andy, we'll go to you here. Thoughts on Ladies in Red drawing barrier 2, but also maybe some words on your runner, Tango Tara, barrier 9.
Yeah, well, first with Ladies in Red, she's a champion mare. There's no debate about that. We know how good she is. She's drawn well. She hasn't possessed a lot of gate speed, and there's a lot of speed sort of outside her. We think Mac Dan will probably be the first horse to find the top. Bulletproof Boy can leverage the gate pretty good as well. I see she's $1.35. Not sure who will beat her, but it's a little bit too short for mine. The only time she missed the place is the only time she raced an open free for all of this quality before. So, she's definitely the one to beat, but I think she's far too short. And Tango Tara from the draw, he's probably only a place chance. He's, going well. He'll need a lot of heat on early, but he'll hit the line strong. So get him in your trifectas and your first 4. But Ladies in Red, the one to beat, but far too short for mine.
I think you're right. Daz, your thoughts here? I didn't actually know she was that short. $1.35. I imagine you're saying that's poison despite her champion status.
Yeah, I feel like I'm killing Bambi a bit here too. My notes are exactly the same as Andy's. She actually opened $1.40 and been into $1.35, which I'm just shocked about. As Andy said, only had one run in free for all grade. I know it was an enormous run, and that was a Cordina sprint at Menangle. But these free for all races are really hard to win, and they are so map dependent. And if she was to find the lead, yes, she should be $1.35 to $1.40. But I don't think any of us think she's going to find the front because there's so much speed outside her. In Mac Dan and Bulletproof Boy. So Mac Dan looks the logical leader to me. Could I be taking the short price? No way. Do I say she can't win? No, because she's an absolute champion mare. But I'd probably be rather backing something like Triple Eight a place than Ladies in Red to win. So that's the way I see it. Pretty similar to Andy.
What price Mac Dan? What price Mac Dan? Have you got the market there? Does?
Yeah, I'll get it.
He's $5.50, I think.
Yeah, into $5.50. He's been $6 into $5.50. Triple Eight 12s into 11s. The one that's the Boom Horse Lost Storm 6s out to $7.50. He's just got such an awkward draw, doesn't he? So, and you know how hard it is in this grade to he'll either be full fence, or having to come off. So it's going to be tough for him.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he won. So on top selection, Daz, what do you, well, two questions. Sorry, on top selection, but also what price does Ladies in Red start at race time, do you think?
Yeah, I reckon anywhere about $1.90. Maybe even black figures.
Okay. And who are you putting on top?
Oh, I don't really have any confidence. But if I'm having a bet in the race, I'm backing Triple Eight a place from the draw.
Yeah. I did speak to Alan McDonough just before. He is driving MacDan, barrier 4. He's confident he'll find the front. He won't be handing up, he says, to ladies in red or to anybody, for that matter. I didn't ask him about anybody, but I don't think he'd be handing up to anyone else. And he doesn't see any pressure in the race either. So he thinks he can control it. And if I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but if the real MacDan turns up again, he's won a couple of Newcastle miles, all those sort of races, he thinks he can win. I think he's got a fair bit of confidence just chatting to Alan McDonough. So that paints a bit of a picture. I think it'll be MacDan. I mean, do we all agree that MacDan, if he wants to, he'll get across, won't he? And if he doesn't want to hand up, he's got to be a pretty good chance. And it probably looks good for Triple Eight, does.
Yeah, well, MacDan's certainly got the speed to keep Bulletproof Boy out. That's my opinion. And if that's the case, then even if it is a low pressure race, then I suppose that helps ladies in red a bit, so they can dictate the speed from the top. But it's still going to be hard.
Yeah.
Who's your pick?
Don't know. Given the fact that I do think MacDan will find the front, I was a little bit concerned. I thought they might hand up, but if you go back and look at his 3 runs this campaign, they've been fine. They haven't been bad by any means. So I'll play each way. MacDan.
His record in front would be outstanding.
It would be. I mean, what do we get? What did you say? $5.50 and probably close to $2, do we, or not? Or $1.80?
No, he's very short. He's $1.40 a place at the moment. So they've obviously mapped it the way that we're talking about it. But yeah, $5.50 seems like a reasonably good bet, doesn't it?
I'd rather play that than just take a chance that he mightn't get bothered in front and just sprint too good. So I'll play MacDan, but won't be diving in too much. The course reminder, the first 4 races on the card, $2,000 tab jackpot on the first 4, projected pools of 20,000 from memory. So good reason to get involved. Combining the power of results and horse sectionals, with Sulky app, you now have access to gate speed, swooper, ability, and behaviour ratings. Never miss a trainer, driver, or gear change again. Sulky app is a form guide revolution. She looks a ratings moral, so how will treachery emerge from this quarrel? Race 2 on the card. We're talking about treachery outside back row. She's taking on a feel that she's got a bit of class on, at least from a ratings perspective. Back to you, Andy. What do you think? She's a 118 raider taking on Techies Watching from Barrier 1, who's a 69 raider.
Well, firstly, I think it's a bit of a joke that these horses get into these races. I got Classic Mission in the race, and I nominated to be in the 70 to 89 race, and I'm taking on 95, 96, 97, 108, 118 raiders. So I don't know how that helps my horse, helps my connections, or helps anyone going forward. Might as well just sell me horse to the US like everyone else and just put him on a plane if this is the case, that I've got to take on 3-4 horses when I'm not even a 3-4 class horse. So yeah, agree with you. It's just thrown into the race. Also, the next race we're going to talk about, there's horses in that. So they could have had a field of 8 of these horses that missed out on the 3-4, and they could have raced against themselves. But to not only my horse, but other horses as well, that lowly rated, got to take on a horse that's, Techniques Watching and Treachery, there's 49 rating points different. That's 8 Metro wins. It's like a MO taking on an M8 in the old term. So, yeah, to me, it just doesn't make sense. And I don't know why it happens, and they let it happen, and they keep letting it happen. All through June, we were sort of blocked out of races that we couldn't even go in. If you had a 49 rater, you could race for 15,000, but we had horses sitting at home. So, not sure who's the powers there, who's in charge, and who's done this. But, Treachery, it's just thrown into the race, and it probably should be winning.
Yeah, yep. We'll throw one back at you though, not from a program perspective, but from the race perspective. 17, 20 metres outside back row. I know she's got ratings class on it, but I'm looking here. Craig Rail's marked as $7. She's not $1.10 pop. There is other scenarios where she doesn't win. I can see Ultimate Vinny winning. I can see Techies Watching a horse on the way up winning. But
what's the point of having a rating system if they don't have any programming for you to rate in it? Like, why should these horses have to take on 3-4 class horses? I nominated, it says 70 and 89. That's the race I nominated for, but I'm not in a 70 to 89. I'm in a 70 to 118.
Yeah.
You know, everyone else gets a race in their own class, but these ones don't. You know, the difference between every metro race, like there's 49 rating points in that race. Race 3, there's 47 rating points between the bottom one and top one, 39 rating points in the trot race. We have a rating system, so more like for like to race each other, and it's not happening.
Yep. Can Classic Mission win? All that being said, in any way, is there a scenario where he wins?
I'd be very surprised if he won. I just think he's a really nice horse on the way up. He's still not seasoned, you know, but yeah, I'm more hopeful than anything.
And obviously, by what you're saying, Treachery should be winning, in your opinion?
I think so, yeah. I just, you know, still, it won't be easy, but it's, if any of these, if she was drawn well in the 3-4 race, she'd be a winning chance. If any of these were in the 3-4 race, they wouldn't be.
Yeah. Alan McDonough, we're pretty confident she can be winning. Darren, your thoughts? I think I'll throw just what Alan was basically suggesting, that I think he thinks he's a chance of holding the lead the camp with Techies Watching are a chance of holding the lead. Jillaby Jack Sparrow is obviously going to have a dip from out wide, you'd think, but if they anyway, it brings a horse like Ultimate Vinny into the race if he got a nice trail, but for me, Treachery should be getting this done.
Yeah, look, she's thrown in, no doubt, on the ratings. Yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned about the map. I thought Jillaby Jack Sparrow would cross. Techies Watching would be sitting behind it, and if that's not the case, then Techies Watching leading, and Ultimate Vinny will be sitting behind it. So Treachery's going to have to do work at some point. Yes, it's the class horse, no doubt about that. You know, do I think she's immoral? No. Is she well in? Absolutely. But yeah, I'm not sure I could go there. And it seems stupid, but I think Techies Watching's a massive chance of beating her.
No prices out on this race. I'm right in saying that, aren't I?
No prices.
Treachery won't be $7, will she?
Wouldn't have thought so. I think that
she'll be favourite, yeah.
Purely based on ratings, and she's got to be the one.
Yeah.
And I would have thought that the ratings would have a short.
Yeah, but nothing really ever starts odds on from the back row over 1,700, regardless how good you are. So she might be 250, 260.
Look, if you like one, you know, like Jillaby Jack Sparrow's been in great form, like, but it's just a matter of how much petrol it's going to have to use early, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like the camp want to have a crack at holding up with Techies Watching. So that's interesting for Ultimate Vinny, who has his back, who, you know, and he's probably not a winning chance, as you said, in that race before, but he's won at this grade.
Yeah, and
many times, I think so.
You know, he's seasoned. He's had like nearly a year now at the higher level. So to drop back to this class is a massive factor for a horse like him, I think.
Big words, Sahara Breeze, both of you, Andy. Difficult draw, but nice horse.
Yeah, no, she's a great mare, and I just think first up from that draw, they'd probably just go back and look after her, and she'll be hitting the line strong.
No, any hope, Daz?
Soft trial at Cranbourne last Sunday, but from that draw, too hard.
Interesting. I think Treachery will win, but haven't seen the prices, but I could entertain a 1-by-2 place bet each way bet on Ultimate Vinny. I reckon he's going to get a nice run. Logical Staffing Solutions provide labour hire and recruitment services to the transport, warehousing, automotive and manufacturing industries. The logical solution for your staffing needs. Roadmaster is chasing 3 in a row, but can one of his rivals spoil the show? We'll go to you first, Daz. Roadmaster, barrier 4 in race 3. Little bit of speed inside him, Ghost of Time, and a bit of class outside him. A similar scenario to the prior, 120 rater in Sahara Tiger and a 73 rater Ghost of Time. How do you see the third event on the card?
Yeah, we could nearly play it all again, couldn't we? I think Ghost of Time is the leader. It's just a matter of whether Connor Clark wants to hold the lead. Usually pretty aggressive on it, and they do like to hold the lead. So I've got Roadmaster sitting parked. I'm not entirely confident of that, but if that's the case, then I want to be on Sahara Astoria. think, 118 Raider, so well in if it's sitting on Ghost of Time's back. I do respect Sahara Tiger at this class, like we're talking about a free-for-all 120 Raider. So if Roadmaster's in the death, then I'd be against it. So I'm tipping Soho Astoria from the draw.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting race. Andy, your thoughts? You've got Stand Day in the event.
Yeah, no, it's a tricky race. Obviously, it's not a heat of the previous race we spoke about. This one's probably a little bit depth-wise, probably drops away a bit more. But yeah, Roadmaster's come back really good. He's pretty unassuming horse when you watch him sort of live. He sort of never picks the bit up, and you never think he's got anything left. But he's come back terrific. He's only had the 14 starts, so he's given away a lot of experience to some of these horses. And yeah, I think Ghost of Time's quick enough to hold the lead. Whether they want to hold it or not, it's dependent. But if Roadmaster doesn't find the top, it's going to be hard for him, and he probably go around a little bit unders. But it's a tricky race. But I think all the horses off the back row are the ones to beat the. Actually outside the front two, Cosimo, bit of a drop down in class for him. We know he doesn't win very often. Soho Astoria and Sahara Tiger. I'm not sure any of the others are in great form.
Yeah. Who opens up favourite there, Daz? Soho Astoria or Roadmaster, do you think?
I think Soho Astoria just ahead of Roadmaster.
Yeah.
Not much between them, though.
No, yeah.
And then you'd have Sahara Tiger.
Yeah, interesting race. You wonder whether Connor Clark hands up, puts the danger on the 3 fence. I don't know. That's a scenario that could happen, couldn't it?
Yeah. But, if you hand up to Roadmaster, then it'd be awfully hard to get past it when it does appear to be a bit of a leader Ghost of Time.
Yeah. Interesting race. That's the third event, the Raymond John McNabb Memorial Pace. Race 7 is our next one. We're going to... Well, I had this really well-written question, Andy. It rhymed beautifully. I can't remember what it was now, but it was very impressive. But you sent me a string of emojis this morning, and I scratched my head for 10 minutes. It was pretty early, too, for me, about 7:15. But I figured it out that it meant that What's Up Party Time was going to be scratched. So my question now is, with the party now out, who leads the major trotting bout? We've got Ebony's Avenger, Tweedledee, Mercenary, Lady Adelia, Revelstoke, Parisian Artiste on the front row, and Nephew of Sunoco. Andy, first of all, I guess just an update on What's Up Party Time. Hoping everything's okay with him, and maybe your thoughts on the race.
Yeah, he's probably just a little bit flat from his run last week, and he's got the size coming up, so we decided just to give him a bit of a mini break and everything. So, yeah, that run took a little bit out of him, and he sort of broke again. So, so we're just going to give him a bit of a freshen up and reloading, getting ready for the Vic Red coming up in early September. So, no injuries or anything. He'll be fine. But, yeah, it sort of makes it a little bit tricky. Even now, who will lead? We know Ebony's Avenger can leave the gate pretty quick. Tweedledee's pretty quick, and Mercenary's really quick as well. So, got to be a little bit cautious on Ebony's Avenger. It's probably got history if you push it too hard, it can gallop. So, Geordie might be a little bit cautious on it at the gate, especially if he's got his boss outside going into the first turn, trying to get the lead off it. So, I don't really know how this race is going to map, but it's a pretty good even field and tricky little affair. Tweedledee got up good odds last week at, having the run of the race, but it's probably a little bit tougher this week. So, he's got
You're on?
hope.
You were on, were you?
I had something on, I sort of mapped well. So, it was up there at the Gold Coast with my owner. So, we're both on. So, we've got something small. Had to take the unders, unfortunately.
I feel so bad for you.
That's it, yeah. But no, it's a tricky little race. We know how good Mercenary's going, and it's a big step up in class for her. But Parisian Artiste only had the one run back from a long time off. It's a quality horse. It's a Group 1 winner. So tricky little affair. I'll let Darren sort out the winner here.
Yeah. One more question from me. Sorry. One more question. If Tweedledee got across Ebony's Avenger, would you let Mercenary go? Because I would be pretty confident from what I've seen recently that they'll be having a dip.
Yeah, I'd say we probably would. I think, a couple of times we've led with him, but I think if we got one a little bit better and got history of sort of running along, we'd probably hand up, I'd say.
Yeah, interesting. Daz, your thoughts?
Well, I think if Geordie listens to this, then he probably wouldn't want to be letting Tweedledee get past him, would he? Then, but Geordie wouldn't be listening to this, I'm sure. So he'll be having a snooze somewhere. Andy would have worked him too hard this morning. So just as Andy was talking, I was having a look at the last start where Ebenezer Avenger drew 1 and Mercenary drew about 4. It's going to be interesting coming into that first corner because Ebenezer Avenger still had his legs up there, but then she broke up. So, like Andy said, can get a little bit risky on that first corner. So it's going to be really interesting. But maybe Mercenary might be able to burn off Ebenezer Avenger, but I think Geordie will probably be trying to lead. I think the stable likes to lead on it. I'm going for a little bit of value here. I think if they go hard early, then I thought that the improver was Parisian Artiste. Thought it was a nice run first up. Trials had been good. And we're getting back to this ratings. It's 102 rater. To me, it looks like the improver. And at a price, I think, each way, it would be the way to go.
What do you think the market will look like, Daz? Who's favourite?
Mercenary about even money, I would have thought.
That's short.
Yeah, well, what's that player time takes out a lot of the percentage out of the market. So, yeah. Oh, he was very good last time. He's only just gone down to 1 overall. So, I would thought he'd be close to even money favourite.
Okay. If you go back even further, I just remember the race because I was on him and he let me down. But I reckon Ebenezer Avenger took a trail on Mercenary going back about 3 months ago and dashed straight past him in the sprint lane.
We'll put up $4 Mercenary.
Yeah. I just wonder whether anyway, interesting race. So I like Mercenary.
Yep. Well, you won last time, weren't you? At the big odds last time.
Oh, the each way, yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to say that $2 doesn't interest me, though. To be fair, he's
what price would interest you?
Probably 3.
Okay.
Probably would have been. He would have been 3, wouldn't he? Before what's up page time? Probably been 350. Would he? Yeah. Anyway, interesting race. It'll. Yeah, I mean, put a line through one. It's hard to put a line through a horse that can't win.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Nephew of Sunoco, he's gradually getting better, but again, it's so map dependent. A lot will depend on what happens in the first 400, how quick they go early. Tempo is going to be critical to this because if Mercenary happens to get an easy lead, then it'll take a lot of beating.
I've seen you in action before, Daz. You probably can't see this, but I reckon you'll be like this with the mouse up on the keyboard, just looking at times, and you'll be. I reckon you'll nail this race once the first 200 metres is out of the way.
First quarter, yeah.
Good stuff. That's the 4 questions out of the way. Sharps Bakery best bets time. I'll pass on Alan McDonough's. I have got that off him. I'll just make sure I write it down. He is with race 9, number 2, Some American. So Alan McDonough's best bet, Some American, and I might as well go now because mine is Some American as well. So we're doubling down with Some American in the last. Andy, we'll go to you. What do you like? You putting the pressure back on yourself?
Yeah, I am. Haven't been on for a while. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself, a lot of pressure on the driver. Race 6, number 2, Artie's Peak. She can be a heartbreaker, but she got around the trials pretty good the other day and ran a nice half. And hopefully, we've got to figure it out. Again, probably one race out of her class a little bit, but she's got a huge amount of talent, and you're probably backing her to, to get around more than anything. But if she does everything right, I think she's got definitely winning hope. And being in first emergency, no figure form, your chance of getting good overs.
Yeah, good. Is she you really like her, Andy, by the sound of that?
Yeah, no, she's got a lot of talent. She only trotted 3 times in New Zealand, and the 3 times she trotted, she won twice and was placed in Trotters Derby over there. So, but again, she has got bad history of doing things wrong, but hopefully we're heading down the right track at the moment with her.
The last 100 metres in the trial was really good, wasn't it, Andy? She's really strong.
Yeah, no, she was good. So so hopefully that continues on going forward.
Good stuff. Daz, your best bet on the program Saturday night at Melton?
I'm going to rely on Connor Clark here to hold the lead on Ghost of Time. So I like Soho Astoria. Dropping back from Free for All. We've talked about that ongoing in this discussion so far today, but it's a massive drop for me. And I respect Roadmaster and I respect Sarah Tiger, but I'm just going purely on the map, and it should be very, very hard to hold off if I get the map right. If I get it wrong, then I'll probably be wrong.
Well, how well do you know Connor Clark?
Well enough to say hello. No,
Well, it may be
it's
the
not
last
like that.
hello he ever gets if he hands up.
That's all good.
Good stuff. Race.
Win from 3 fence in here.
I was going to say, do you think she's good enough?
Oh, well, if Roadmaster gets an easy lead, and then
Probably not.
based on what it's been doing, like it beat some handy fields just comprehensively in front. And as Andy said, just plugs along and looks like it's, under pressure at the 400, then just finds another gear. So, very, very nice horse. But, yeah, just be, I'm sort of banking on having to sit park this time.
Good stuff. Great show, guys. Really appreciate you jumping on. Andy Gath, great to have you back. You've come off the long run. I've just fended you down, and I'll see if I can get through the next over.
Yeah, no. Hopefully it didn't go too hard, but it's just my opinion, and not only what I think, but I think most of the participants out there at the moment just having a little bit of trouble grasping the programming.
Yep, no worries at all. I'll make when you do see the final edit, it won't be in there, but I won't do that. So I won't do that. Darren, Carroll, really appreciate it. Great to have your insight. And will I see you on track Saturday night?
I think so, yes.
Good luck with Ludacris. When's she going around as well? Saturday night?
Saturday night, yeah. The visitors draw, Barry 11, but she was really good last week. She sat parked and thought she fought on really bravely. So we just need speed, and more speed.
Good stuff. I was going to say farewell to Alan McDonough, but I appreciate his insights. He was pretty open there. He's given us some good insights. So hopefully we can find a winner on Saturday night. As I said, races 1 to 4 have a $2,000 first 4 jackpot. So get involved there. I certainly will be. That's been the burning questions for July 11. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.